Can everybody hear me? Louder? DJ, you good? I know some of you probably can't see me, but I can assure you you're not missing much. So I have a few quick things to say. First of all, I'd just like to thank everybody for being here. I know some of you traveled from all over the country to be here on this special day. I know it means a lot to Gianni and Caitlin. So on behalf of them and the entire bridal party, I'd like to say thank you. I'd especially like to thank the parents of the bride and groom, Bob and Cindy, Paul and Diana, and my mom Darlene and Mark. Let's give them a hand, actually. How about that? So as Gianni's little brother, it is an honor to be his best man, especially when there are many other great guys here today that he could have chosen from. I know it means a lot to Gianni as well, just by the way he asked me. Most grooms will ask their best man by buying him a beer or maybe sending him a card. But Gianni took this one step further. He asked me by text message. Now don't let that be a reflection of how close we truly are. Although we are 7 years apart, we share a lot in common. And it's usually tradition that the best man spends most of his speech making fun of and embarrassing the groom. But since there are too many jokes and stories to fit into this short speech, I thought I should just try to focus on some positives. As the younger brother, I've always admired certain characteristics about my big brother. For example, he has always been protective of the people and things that he loves. Namely myself, our family, his friends, and of course, his extensive video game collection. Seriously though, Gianni takes special care of the people that matter most to him. Another thing that I admire about Gianni is his patience. He has never been one to jump into anything without being sure. This is especially true when it came to finding the right girl. Caitlin has all the traits that Gianni had hoped for. She's beautiful inside and out. She's talented. She's full of charm. And perhaps most importantly, she's willing to sit down and watch Rocky IV every other day. I mentioned earlier that although we are 7 years apart, we share a lot in common. One of those things is our love of the same music. So I thought it would be most fitting to end this speech today by sharing some of the lyrics to a song that I know is very special to Gianni and Caitlin. They go like this. He almost walked into a wall. Oh man, she was a sight to see. And at the party, down the hall, he said you were the highest apple in the tree. Out the window in the harbor, he saw a little ship. The moon was worn just slightly on the right. And they slow danced so the needle wouldn't skip until the room was filled with light. So, hold on, let me grab my glass. Thank you, Matt. So as we toast the bride and groom, Caitlin, may you forever be the highest apple in the tree. And Gianni, may you never ever skip a beat. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
I was hoping that Brian would do a bad job and I wouldn't have to go after him. But I'm Megan, I'm Caitlin's sister, and I'm the maid of honor. So, on November 3rd, 2014, I received a text message. It read, yeah, I got a text message, yeah. I'm going to ask your sister to marry me. I know she's kind of a loser, but we all have to end up with somebody, right? And with that simple text, I adopted a brother. But even before this, it was clear to anyone who saw Caitlin and Gianni together, they just fit. They made sense. It was never going to be a surprise they were getting married because anyone with eyes could see that the two of them emulate everything that love should be. So I asked Gianni if he knew how he was going to propose, and he was already extremely confident in what he had planned. Some of you here may not know how they got engaged, which is not surprising because it was an event that was very much about the two of them, not the rest of the world. However, I'll describe it a little bit now. There's a Disney animated short called Paper Man that both Gianni and Caitlin love. Like most shorts, this has no words. It was just a guy and girl who met briefly on a train and were very quickly separated by the crowd. But of course, the guy spots her again out the window of his job and starts throwing paper airplanes to try and get her attention. But this fails. He runs out of his office to try and catch her, but alas, she is gone. Then magically, all of the paper airplanes he threw come together to force them back together at the train station. They find each other again, and I imagine live happily ever after. So Gianni had all the students make paper airplanes one day in class, and he wrote a memory on each of them. The time I ran back to the Celtic harp to ask you on our first date, all of the glorious Rocky montages, and finally, that time I asked you to marry me. Each memory led up the stairs of his apartment to him, where he was waiting to spend the rest of his life with her. And that proposal was perfect, because it was perfectly Caitlin. It wasn't showy, it was quiet, and it was theirs. Just like their relationship, never overt, never in your face, never boastful, and probably much stronger for it. Thinking about their relationship, I was trying to find an exciting story or a really memorable story for you all, but instead of finding that, I found a million small memories of consistency, encouragement, support, and the strongest love I've seen with my own eyes. I don't think that can be captured in a cute story or a romantic gesture. It's something that is quiet, something that is stable, and something that will last forever. I remember talking to Caitlin one night about what it was like to meet the person you were going to spend the rest of your life with. She told me that when she met Gianni, it felt like her heart was saying, "Oh, hello, old friend." And it's obvious she found her counterpart in Gianni. Both whole people on their own who are better because of each other. They grow together and help each other to grow separately. As much as Susie and I would like to claim the title of best friend, I think that Gianni stole it away 4 years ago. Gianni, I can tell you from experience that you're going to have a great life with Caitlin because she makes any situation even better. There's something about Caitlin's contagious laugh and personality that makes any movie a little bit funnier, any event a little more worthwhile, and any lifetime with her seem a little too short. I'd like to thank Gianni for including me in their relationship, whether as a viewer of his video gaming expertise or forcibly introducing me to every Star Wars movie throughout the course of a week. Throughout all of this inclusion, I was able to not only watch them nap, as I'm sure many in this room have watched them do at some point, but also watch a perfect model of what romance really means. Not flowers and grand gestures, but looking into somebody else's eyes and feeling at home. So finally, to quote a favorite Friends character, Joey Tribbiani, we look at you and we see you together and it just fits. And you know it's gonna last forever. Congratulations, you two. To Caitlin and Gianni.
Thank you both for that. Please continue to enjoy your dinners. The bar is open if you feel the need to go back to the bar.